Game Programming Unit 2nd. Game Engine Design 9. This is your Unit 2nd. Short answer type question and answer. Okay. In this, your first question is, what is a stack allocator? Answer is, a stack allocator is very easy to implement. We simply allocate a large contiguous block of memory using malloc function or global new function, okay, or by declaring a global array of bytes, in which case the memory is effectively allocated out of the executable BSS segment. Okay. Next question. Explain double-ended stack allocators. Answer is, a double-ended stack allocators is useful because it uses memory more efficiently by allowing a trade-off to occur between the memory uses of the bottom stack and the memory uses of the top stack. Next question. Explain pool allocator. Answer is, a pool allocator works by pre-allocating a large block of memory whose size is an exact multiple of the size of the elements that will be allocated. Next question. Explain aligned allocations. Answer is, we simply allocate a little bit more memory than was actually requested, adjust the address of the memory block upward slightly so that it is aligned properly, and then return the adjust address. Next question. Explain single frame allocators. In this, answer is, a single frame allocator is implemented by reserving a block of memory and managing it with a simple stack allocators as described above. Okay. At the beginning of each frame, the stack's top pointer is cleared to the bottom of the memory block. Allocations made during the frame scroll towards the top of the block. Rinse and repeated. Next question. Explain memory fragmentation. Answer is, another problem with dynamic heap allocation is that memory can become fragmented over time. When a program first runs its heap memory, it's entirely free. When a block a contiguous regions of heap memory of the appropriate size is marked as in use and the remainder of the heap remains free. Okay. Next question. Explain pointer reallocation. Answer is, that the patch any and all pointers into a shifted memory block so that they point to the correct new address after the shift. This procedure is known as pointer relocations. Next question. Explain about cache. Answer is, a cache is a special type of memory that can be read from the writer to by the CPU much more quickly than main RAM. The basic idea of memory caching is to load a small chunk of memory into the high-speed cache when even a given region of main RAM is first read. Such a memory chunk is called a cache line and is usually between 8 and 512 bytes depending on the microprocessor architecture. Okay. Next question. How avoid cache misses? Answer is, the best way to avoid decache misses is to organize your data in contiguous blocks that are as small as possible and then access them sequentially. This yields a minimum number of cache misses. Next question. Explain container. A wide variety of collection-oriented data structure, also known as containers or collections, example like stack, array, linked list, etc. Next question. Explain about iterators. Answer is, an iterator is a little class that knows how to efficiently visit the elements in a particular kind of container. It acts like an array index or pointer. It refers to one element in the container at a time. It can be advanced to the next element, and it provides some sort of mechanism for testing whether or not all elements in the container have been visited. Next question. Explain about Arch3D. Answer is, the Arch3D rendering engine uses a collection of text files in Windows INI format for its configurations option. Next question. What is pulling? Answer is gamepads and old school joysticks are read by pulling the hardware periodically, usually once per iteration of the main game loop. This means explicitly querying the state of the device either by reading hardware register directly reading a memory mapped input output port or by a higher level software interface which in turn read the appropriate registers or memory mapped IO ports. Okay, next question. Explain digital buttons. Answer is almost every HID has a least a few digital buttons. These are buttons that can only be in one of two states pressed and not pressed. Okay. Game programmers often refer to a pressed button as being down and a non-pressed button as being up. Next question. Explain analog, axis and buttons. Answer is an analog input is one that can take on a range of values rather than just 0 or 1. These kinds of inputs are often used to represent the degree to which a trigger is pressed or the two-dimensional position of a joystick, which is represented using two analog inputs, for one for the x-axis and one for the y-axis. Next question. Explain about relative axis. Answer is the position of an analog button, trigger, joystick or thumbstick is absolute, meaning that there is a clear understanding of where 0 lies. However, the input of some devices are relative. Next question. Different types of inputs. Answer is rumble, F, and Or's feedback and audio. They are different types of input. Next question. Explain the dead zone. Answer is a joystick, thumbstick, shoulder trigger or any other analog axis produce input values that range between a predefined minimum and maximum value, which we will call I minimum and I maximum. When the control is being touched, we would accept it to produce a steady and clear undisturbed value, which we will call I naught. Okay, next question. Explain context sensitive controls. In many games, a single physical control can have different functions depending on context. A simple example is the ubiquitous use button. If pressed while standing in front of a door, the use button might cause the character to open the door. Next question. Explain file name and paths. Answer is a path is a string describes the location of a file or directly within a file system hierarchy. Each operating system uses a slightly different path format, but path has essentially the same structure on every operating system. A path generally takes the following form: volume slash directory1 slash directory2 and it leads to directory n and slash file name, or for example volume slash directory1 slash directory2 and it leads to directory n minus 1 to divide by directory n. Okay, and directory n. Next question. Explain asynchronous file input output. Answer is steaming refers to the act of loading data in the background while the main program continues to run. Many games provide the player with a seamless load screen, free playing experience by steaming data for upcoming levels from the DVD room, Blu-ray disc or hard drive while the game is being played. Okay. Next question. Explain Explain the resource manager. Answer is every game is constructed from a wide variety of resources, sometimes called assets or media. Example includes meshes, materials, textures, shader, programs, animations, audio clips, label layouts, collision primitives, physics parameters, and the list goes on. A game's resources must be managed both in terms of the offline tools used to create them and in terms of loading, unloading, and manipulating them at runtime. Therefore, every game engine has a resource manager of some kind. Okay, so guys, this is unit 2 of game programming subject RCS 081. आपका कोड भी मेरे को याद हो गया है तो सब्जेक्ट का. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching, friends. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more updates. Bye bye.